Good morning. We are here to have a group discussion on the topic how climate change.
Climate change and corporate responsibility.
So, recently we've seen the floods in Vijayawada and how people got affected by it. Why do I think corporate is also needs to pay responsibility to it is because they didn't do proper urban planning. They didn't plan well. They constructed everywhere where people had no other choice to live near the flood area, so flood prone area, and when the floods actually hit they got affected by it. What else do you think are the main reasons of corporate being responsible?
What you said is absolutely correct, Karthikeya. Why there is because encroachments in the Vijayawada where the industries were built in the natural areas, so the natural way of going water is not possible.
Thank you.
In addition to that, I want to say that deforestation is the main thing that affects the floods, right? Because everywhere humans are trying to live in such type of areas. So these, for these consequences, their deforestation is happening there. So these are occurring why because of deforestation. I think.
As Palvi said, in my opinion, many software companies are built because it is science. It is known as deforestation.
In recently, even in Kerala, we had a issue that landslide issue where many people lost their lives. And deforestation is also one of the main causes for it. So, what else do you think?
Yes, of course, we are having natural calamities, but I think companies also should follow some rules to impact the future generations to follow the environment and green practices. And they don't follow on to make money, but they should improve the rules to follow.
Yes, Pramika, I agree with you because companies should work collaboratively to reduce the this consequences. So they should come first and come. So should plan
They should
effectively.
take a step here. Before that, government should also impose some strict restrictions and laws so that the companies can follow. They need to protect the environment, especially water pollution that we've been seeing even in Vizag coastal areas where they're leaving the nets and the plastic substances in the water, and many aquatic animals are suffering due to it. So I think government should also take a step and impose laws.
Yes, Kartikeya. Also, today a government Chandrababu Naidu, he helped many rural people by giving some food items and also providing as much they want. They also providing medicines for the welfare of the people.
And if possible, we have to do plantation in those areas so it can help the people
And
and for
Climate
future
change also
generations.
because of the human activities like we are burning fossil fuels, and these affect the green grasses and they lead to global warming and also melting glaciers. So this will be the effect.
I agree with you, Pramika. In my opinion, so much pressure on the earth will lead to natural disasters like tsunamis, earthquakes,
I
etc.
think all the educational institutes should also take a step and they should encourage the students to do plantation and create awareness among
Create awareness to
people.
the factories and what are the disadvantages and what are the problems they are causing
Yeah, we as
to
a youth,
the
we have the power to stand against them. So we need to take a step. We need to protest against them and protect our environment. So this is what we think, and we would like to conclude our group discussion here. Thank you.
Good morning. We are from CSE. Good morning. We are from CSA, and now we are practicing GD on climate change and of the corporate behavior. What do you guys think about climate change to take responsibility on corporates?
Climate change is warming is to our planet due to pollution. Uh, because of burning fossil fuels, they lead to because of mainly burning of fossil fuels. Earth was Earth or any other planet will affect. Corporate companies is responsible to reducing human effects. Mainly, they are some points. Some companies are using sun and wind instead of oil and coal. So mainly they are focusing on these points to reduce pollution.
Nowadays, the pollution is going so hot. Pollution is coming go so high. So that's why some companies are they are giving some electric bikes and all.
If you check recent activities like floods in Vijayawada, those are like corporate responsibilities. If we develop the sustainability of surroundings, like if you check Podameru Lake, there is no wall for that lake. So due to that, the Vijayawada was completely flooded and number of lives were gone.
Yeah, corporate was responsible for the climate change because of the industrial activities, the climate is mostly changed by releasing fossil by releasing chemicals and greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide gases. So, corporate is responsible to reduce the emissions and to conserve the resources.
Yes, I agree with your point. It must be the responsibilities of corporate to reduce the global emissions by having imposing some rules by the government. The government must impose some rules to the corporate companies who are using more carbon emissions and carbon food. So there must be rules by the government to the companies who are using more carbon gases and global emissions. Which companies releases these gases like this? So it must be the corporate responsibility to control the climate.
And adding to your point, I think like most of the responsibility is on the corporates, but apart from that, even it is our own responsibility. Like it's every human's responsibility on working for this. And what do you guys think about the solution for this climate change?
As we are the engineers and we are the corporates, we have to give a particular solution for this climate so that no further actions will be taken place. Like we can encourage the CNGs which converts the nitrogen gas to a simplified gas format, and we can improve the electrical bikes and electrical cars to reduce the fossil fuels and smoking. So,
And recycling the plastic or anything. The solution might be using the renewable energy resources in spite of the gases which are releasing the extra chemicals. So using instead of these chemicals, it must be comfort to use the renewable energy resources which are giving less chemicals instead of the real which are using nowadays.
instead of using fossil fuels, we can use ocean thermal energy and wave technology. So the carbon footprints and all other nitrogen footprints also will be decreased, and our earth can be restored well. So what, guys?
Yes, many large-scale industries are using and releasing the pollution, air pollution, and water pollution. To reduce that, we large-scale industries um, should produce natural gas by using chimneys. Chimneys are rectified air, air, the purify air. So government should amend on that act too.
We know that there was an incident in Vizag. There, because of their irresponsible behavior, poisonous gas was released, and so many lives, so many human beings are affected on that. So, to avoid these things, sorry, by recycling anything and reducing toxic chemicals, to avoid these things and to save our planet.
So the main problem is here occurring due to deforestation. So it must be include the practices of deforestation, again planting the trees where we cut the trees. So it must be a good practice, I think, to reduce the climate changes.
Thank you guys for your giving your information. Thank you.